losing me and you. All these years of inspiration and love. Oh, how we live and what we say. It's stamping up and it's our way.
Hey everyone, it's Pauline from Stamp with Pauline, and I thought I would jump on with a paper pumpkin. This is the June paper pumpkin for 2026. It has 3 cards with little bikes on it. So what I have done is gone ahead and gathered all the supplies needed for the first card. It comes with this decorated envelope here. So we've got a pretty envelope. Then we've got the bike. And then we have some twine that's been attached. I've popped the twine around the basket. This is actually where the words will sit over the top of the basket. So that's going to just pop onto there like so. So I've got my words ready to go on a block, and I've got my stamps ready to go on a block. This one actually comes with the spot. It's Calypso Coral. I'm just going to use my big ink pad. Saves me actually opening it up. So I'm going to take the bunch of flowers, and when you look at the instructions here for the pink card, we have 3 flowers stamped across this section. So just make sure that that's lined up and pop those down. And then the 2 flowers go up the top on this one, and then the 2 flowers to the side on that side. All right. And then for the words, I'm actually using Best Wishes because I want all of my cards to be birthday. So I'm going to stamp my Best Wishes. While I've got the stamp out, I actually do already have everything ready to go on my other cards. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp Best Wishes on this one. I just want to make sure it's just, yep, goes in the center. So that goes there. And then this little bundle of flowers, and you can see there's the 2 bumps there which make the 2 bumps on the flowers. So I'm just going to line up the base with my flowers. So that is that done. And while I am stamping, we've got this half circle here, and that is going to have our words. This one's okay. I don't mind this one because it says, hope you have a lovely day. So that kind of works for the birthday as well. So I'm going to make sure I've got that lined up and have a lovely day into there. And then this one is actually using the other flowers that come in the set, and it lines up with the beige, so you know exactly where to stamp your flowers. So that goes like that. All right, and then the last bit of stamping, I've got my other card here on this little section. Sorry, my bad. It's of this one. On here, we're actually going to stamp a couple of butterflies. So I've got the larger butterfly, and we stamp that here. And then we have the little group of butterflies. So there's 2 little butterflies on their own, and they get stamped here on that yellow panel piece. All right, and I do believe that is all of my stamping. We can always come back to it if we have forgotten something important. All right, so let's do the pink card first. What we're going to do is add our dimensionals. So with the paper pumpkin, it does come with dimensionals. These are the mini dimensionals. And we're going to just be popping a bunch of dimensionals onto here. then we need some dimensionals onto the words, and I'm just going to go up the top so I avoid that twine that's on there. And then we take the bicycle and we're going to add a bunch of dimensionals to the bike. Hook so effective, I'm getting 2 at a time these days. So then we need a dimensional on the handle and one on the seat and a couple over here. And if you're having a look at the internet these days, Pinterest, as well as some other demonstrators, there's lots of variations of this card as well, this kit. So lots of choices for you to make. So I will be using the stamp set for a lot of the a bunch of cards as well, because it's a really good stamp set and it's got a little bike in it as well. So I'm going to just pop down all of these. Normally I actually go and colour the back of my dimensional so you can see what you have removed, what you haven't removed. It does save you going, oh yep, removed, yep. So that is a little tip I like to do with my my dimensionals. All right, so this little bike is going right into the corner of the card, then it comes down. Then we have the dimensionals coming in with the flowers that we have stuck down. And that just lays over the top onto here, giving that bike the 3D dimension that it needs for that. And then adding onto that my words, best wishes. And then it has these really cute, let me just grab these out of the way. It has these cute little butterflies to go with it. You've also got glue dots to adhere down your twine if you need it. So we just going to peel off some of these little silver butterflies. There we go. Put that down. I want one just there. And I'm going to put one over here on the little flowers. Alright, that is a really cute little card. And then card number 2 in this. So we've got our envelope. We've got, so on the panel section here, we're going to add some dimensionals. So pop some dimensionals on here. Need some little like elevator music or something. So if you're watching me tediously put on hundreds of dimensionals. So pop that down like that. Alright. Alright, so this gets glued down onto our base card, just in the center like that. And then what we're going to do is pop some dimensionals on the back of our, there's a little garden here. We're going to just lay that onto here. And then we're going to add our strip of, yeah, I'll just use the liquid glue while I've got it handy. So just add a little bit of liquid glue along here. For this card, what we're doing is we're adding our green layer. We're going to add some mini glue dots to take care of our twine. So popping down some mini glue dots, just remove the backings. Alright, add hold of our bow. I like to put the 3 down and I like to spread out my bow like so, and then I'm putting on to the ends of my sentiment, going to add and then pull that down a little bit and just raise that up a tad, and there is that. And then on this piece here and this piece here, we're also going to add some more dimensionals. And on our flowers as well, we also need a couple of dimensionals as well. Alright, so we'll pop these down. Alright. That goes on. And then our flowers also go on. Just going to move that tad down a bit. All right, and that is card number 2 done. And then we have card number 3, which is this green one. And we have, again, the coordinating envelope to go with it. We have the twine. Now, the twine needs to get wrapped around the basket, and then a bow is created. I like to go around twice, then come in and under just to secure that twine, because I like to have that extra bit, is just a little bit extra security when I'm doing that. And then I also like to tie a knot onto there as well, and then also going to tie the bow, but I'm just going to tie the bow once I've got this all secured. So just going to push that up a little bit. There we go. All right, so it needs some dimensionals. So pop down a couple of dimensionals on the back of the basket. And then we also need some, we're going to glue that down. This is going to get some dimensionals. So So we're going to pop a couple of dimensionals here and here. Alright, move all that out of my way. Find these dimensional backings everywhere. And we're going to secure pop the green check down. I'm going to add a strip. This is what's going to happen is this is actually going to go here. Have a lovely day. So I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive here, and then that gets secured just to the edge like so. We need some dimensionals now for our bike. So we pop on here and just secure one down here on the rim. All right, and then alright, now what happens with this bicycle, it's the edge of the bike here goes on the edge of the card like so. Done. And then I'm going to add our little basket on top, tie a little bow on here if I can get that in there. There we go. Little bow just there on the side, and then just to finish off the card we're adding a couple of butterflies as well. So just get rid of all those dimensional backings. One butterfly, two butterflies, and I'll put a third butterfly over here, I think. All right, so that is the cards. Super cute, super easy, lots of combinations that you can easily make, and a great stamp set to go with that as well. So yeah, that is our Paper Pumpkin for this month. So if you're interested in joining and getting Paper Pumpkin, it is a subscription that comes to you via the mail. You can cancel at any time. You can do it month by month, or you can actually go ahead and get a 3-month subscription, 6-month subscription, or a 12-month subscription. So and you can cancel any of those at any time as well. So all right, hope you have fun with that. I really like that, and I will catch up with you later. Bye.
Difference in me and you. All these years of inspiration and